Trying to make me go to rehab, and I'm saying no, no, no. Oh, you like that, do you? If you like that song, you are the person or the people who killed Amy Winehouse. She sang that song because she was in trouble, and you fucking laughed. You liked it, you swayed your head. She was in trouble. She was an addict. You didn't care.
I was swaying my head while you were singing it. Then I was like, oh.
So yes, we're all responsible. She needed to go to rehab, and we were saying, no, Amy, no, no, no.
Do you know what I mean?
Saying?
You're perfect the way you are.
Exactly. So, pause this video right now. Go and read My Amy by
Tyler James. And when you've read it, you can join us for the discussion.
Or you can join us today because we're going to tell you all about it. My name's Elijah.
And I'm Joseph, and welcome to the Aisha Library.
But genuinely, this is a fantastic book.
Fantastic book.
It was. I've never really been into biographies, but then again, the two biographies we have read have been very, very good.
Yeah, this one.
And Knife as well. Remember, we read that one.
Yes, I was even talking about that today as well.
So this was a very, very good book. It made me feel things, and it could have been. It could have been amazing. It could have been if they added the music and stuff like that.
Oh,
it could have been all-encompassing, very, very.
That's
good
crazy though, because I read the book, I didn't listen to the audiobook, so
you didn't listen to it?
No, there was no
there was certain
opportunity.
There were certain things that in the listen. If you listen to it, certain things are like bloody.
I'm not gonna lie. After I read this book, I went and listened to Amy Winehouse songs. Though I had to.
Of course, you did.
I had to.
What,
I had to.
Maniac?
Do you know what I mean?
You have
I'm
to.
not soulless.
Yeah, you have to.
I had to. And it just reminded me, like, genuinely how generational this woman's voice actually was. So...
It's a very, very good book. Let's get straight into it, though.
Yep.
I don't know how much points you got. I don't know how much points I got.
I don't know how many points
I got. Some points.
Boy, I just got something.
Yeah, I got some. I'm going to sneeze. Allergies are killing me. I'm allergic to niggas.
Kicking your ass.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
We'll get it demonetized.
I didn't say I didn't mean it, though. So yeah, why is this guy talking about himself? We don't care about his background or where he went to school. An interesting fact about Amy Winehouse is that she was very intelligent. Tyler says that she likes to watch Countdown, and she would always get the conundrums, and she'd always complete Sudoku puzzles in her spare time. Weird. I mean, who likes that shit?
Do you know
no one
funny?
thought Amy Winehouse was smart. She didn't look it.
Do you know what? That's not the impression I had watching her.
Exactly.
Watching her perform, that's definitely not the impression I had.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the impression she was a white girl with a black girl's voice. That was my impression of watching her. Having said that, obviously,
sounds like a black girl.
we didn't know her, so how much is our opinion worth? But what I will say is, though, I found that not only girls, but mostly girls like Sudoku. I don't know what that's about.
Put it this way, I don't know any guys who like it.
I don't know any guys who like it. Not single one.
No,
Single one.
We like useful
I
shit.
know like 2 or 3. Do you know what I mean? Like 2 or 3 girls.
You like putting numbers in boxes. Well,
do you know
fucking
what?
done.
Ironically, it was invented by a man, Benjamin Franklin, but he called it numbers place. It's not even Japanese. So
Really?
yeah, he called it numbers place.
It has to be Japanese.
It's not Japanese.
No, it is.
The name Sudoku is obviously a Japanese word, but we appropriate names from the Japanese all the time. We appropriate from Asia.
So smart, he made a game and just gave it Japanese names, so just to make us think it's more intelligent than what it is.
Exactly, and this goes so deep. There's so many layers of this. Like there's, for example, not necessarily just Sudoku, but there is an example of a woman online. She basically transitioned. She transitioned gender, right? And dead name is the name that you was given at birth by your parents. So when you transition gender, you pick a new name. And it's seen as an act of disrespect for someone to use your dead name, for example, in LGBT culture. Anyway, her new name was Saeko. Like, not as in psychopath, but as in Japanese name, Saeko, Saeko. And she said her therapist refused to use that name because she said she thought it would be unethical to call your patient a psycho when you're a therapist. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But she isn't white, but she's non-Japanese. So a non-Japanese woman who picks a Japanese name, and there was loads of people that had issues with it, etc., etc., and they're literally just like, well, seems like you watch anime and you were like, I want to be a fucking ninja, let me call myself a Japanese name. Do you know what I mean?
Alright, so I have this name that I want to name my son. Who I don't have a son, but I will do one day. And I want to name him Hero.
Hero, as in H-I-R-O.
No, H-E-R-O.
Oh, as in
H-E-R-O.
Yeah.
But I got that idea from a Japanese name, Hiro.
Hiro Nakamura, yeah.
Exactly. So
I don't think that's the same thing. I don't necessarily think it's the same thing.
No, but I've adapted the Japanese name. Because Hero's
that's
not
fine.
a fucking normal name. Do you know what I mean?
It isn't, but it's like black people were always doing this. So I know this guy that said he wants to call his son Lord.
Lord.
So his son is Balogun. He said that he wants to call him Lord Balogun, and he said it just sounds cold to him.
My girl said she wants to name my son Messiah.
Messiah?
I went, oh.
Not Messiah, Messiah.
No, Messiah.
Wait, oh, Messiah, as in like,
the
that's
Messiah.
crazy though. That's a
I was
lot to
like-
live up to.
Yeah, but that's
What if
people say-
Messiah's like a drunk and he just lives in a park?
Yeah, but
That's a lot
like
to live
saying-
up to, man.
That's like saying Joseph's son, a high name to live up to.
I mean, not as high
You're
as
not
Messiah
really,
though.
You're not really meeting the standard, are you? I mean,
I'm
look
not
at
gonna
you.
lie, like,
You drunkard. I mean, you literally said the guy's a drunkard in the park.
And his
You're
wife cheated
drunk-
on him.
You're drunkard at home, mate.
and his wife cheated on him, and he
Joseph?
took it. Yeah, in the Bible, and he took it. That's
Did
what
he?
people are saying, isn't it? Because obviously, the Virgin Mary, pregnant, etc., etc. He's like, you know how that sounds, Mary. But what's funny is when I ask people for their name at work, if they say Mary, I'm like, hi, Mary, I'm Joseph, which is like a little joke that I do. They love it as well.
Do they?
Even though it's a dumb joke, they
Let
love
you
it.
get it in.
Huh?
What? I didn't say no, you know.
When the staff toilet's available. Just saying. Anyway, at the end of chapter 1, Tyler comes home to Amy on the 23rd of July 2011, otherwise known as the day Amy Winehouse died. Tyler says, my mum and my dad were from completely different worlds. He was a sensitive poet, creative, musical, and actor, and my mum just woke up one day and thought, what the fuck? They divorced when I was 2. This is why it's so important for young people to understand that love has a lot less to do with feelings and happiness than Hollywood lets us believe. This woman believed she loved a man because she felt it, got married, had 2 children, and then woke up one day and said, actually, nah.
Yeah.
And got a divorce. Feelings are fleeting and marriage will never last if you make these decisions based on how you feel. So I said this the other day, or the other week I should say, when we read, what was that? It was The Housemaid. We read The Housemaid, right? And the man divorced his wife because she was basically being a bitch. I said, if you can't handle a woman being a bitch for a few weeks or a month or maybe a few months, your marriage is not going to last 50, 60 years. Just what women do. Randomly, they become bitches. That's what they do. All of them.
Yeah.
So if you think, oh, I've got a sweet one, she's like a nice little, give it time. Trust me. So this is,
Put it in her arse.
listen,
See what happens. See how she gets. Accidentally, you know.
what's that? No, what's that game? What's it called? Riding the Bronco? Where it's like you call her the wrong name and try and hold on.
That's what did I tell you?
Oh,
I thought
Dad.
she was there. Oh,
Yeah, you definitely told me about it. I just forgot what it's called.
Lost it.
You call your woman the wrong name while you're in bed together and they just try and hold
It's a
on.
position. It's a position. It's called the rodeo.
Rodeo, there you
it's
go.
a position.
Oh
Sexual
my
position
God,
called
it
the
sounds
rodeo.
so funny.
You
It sounds
hold
so
on
funny.
tight to her hair and you call her the wrong
Oh,
name.
man,
And
no.
you see how long you can hold on.
Done. Done. It's done. It's done. Because you know, women can summon strength from places you didn't know they had it, you know. Oh my God, it's done.
Would you? I wouldn't dare.
Yo,
I would not dare.
You told me about that ages ago. I've still not done it.
I wouldn't dare.
I like life.
I wouldn't dare.
I like life.
It's not worth it.
Chloe would kill me. She'd kill me. You just find me under someone's floorboards. You'd think I ran away as well. She'd be like, I don't know where just
Man said, hold on tight.
And don't
you're
let go.
pumping,
And
you know.
said,
You
enjoy
know,
the ride.
you know, You're pumping.
Oh my God, that's insane. It's insane.
Nah.
Sick mind that thought of that, you know. It's sick mind.
You know, some men just want to watch the world burn.
What you want? Crumble. But yeah, I think this is the single most important thing that you can tell, especially young men, I think, but young people in general. Like, do not listen to the TV about what love is. I can bring up so many examples of how TV shows will indoctrinate you to make you believe that love is something that it is provably not. So I was watching this TV show.
Don't listen to us either.
You don't have to listen to us either, but we're going to give you the raw, unfiltered version of what we think. So, for example, there's this TV show that I used to watch. It's called How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yeah.
And in it, Ted, the main character, is looking for love. And he, for most of the show, who he thinks the one is his friend Robin. And they used to date, but she didn't want to settle down. She didn't want marriage. She didn't want children. And he said, there's a scene in the show where he says, When you love someone, you don't give up ever. Because she rejected him multiple times. He said, when you love someone, you don't give up
Sounds a
ever.
bit
And then he
racist.
said, that's what love is. And that's a very dangerous line, which we've explored before. It's a very dangerous line. Hey, of course it's rapey. Of course it's rapey. He said, and the funny thing is, the subtext here is, when you love someone and they don't love you back, you force it on them. And then when you start using the word force, you're like, whoa, this sounds like...
Exactly.
But loads of people watch this show. It's
Right,
a very
young
popular
Philly.
show. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God. Do you know what? Nah, that made me laugh though. I'm a bad person.
you?
That screamed with laughter. I was like, yeah, man. Nice.
No, man.
Do you know what I mean? I was crying because I was just like, it's actually all celebrities. It's all of them.
Man's got catch. People keep saying that.
Oh
Who else
my
is
God.
it? What, Diddy? Who else?
Nah, Diddy, R. Kelly, Michael
Oh,
Jackson.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Dutch Avelli. Like the list is.
Dutch is what?
What did he get exonerated?
What happened before? Was
Yeah,
he young
did he
or
get
whatever?
exonerated?
I don't know.
Was he like?
He just gone quiet.
I ain't seen him since then. That's what I'm saying.
No, he's gone quiet.
I ain't
still.
seen him since then. But this is what I'm saying. Like, bro, pretty much. I'm not saying like they're all, abusing women, etc.
this
But
is
they
the
all
thing.
got the skeletons in their closet.
Well, look. What I will say is, when you have a certain amount of power, right?
Yeah, you can't give it to every man.
No, it gets. Yeah, it can. Yeah.
You can't give it to every man.
You think? What do you mean no?
You start thinking, why can't I? Why can't I have
What
that?
do you mean no?
Why can't I have what I want?
No, sir.
Do you know who I am?
You know what I mean?
You start saying, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you don't say, do you know who I am, it's because you're nobody. That's literally what it is. If you're somebody, you'll start saying, do you know who I am?
You know how much money I got in my bank account?
Oh
I
my
could buy
God,
your
it's
dad.
ridiculous. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Do you know what I mean?
Master, do you know how much I earn?
You know his
do you know what I
bail-
drive?
His bail was 50k, and he
Yeah,
paid
see,
it.
that's mad.
Do you know
Of
what I mean?
course, of course.
So it's
That's
like,
mad.
It's like
That's mad.
it's like
It's
money
a
day.
different
You know what I
level.
mean?
It's a
You know what I
different
mean?
level. And it's like these men are
That's
YouTube
your boy,
stars.
though.
These men are YouTube stars.
Yeah.
These men are YouTube stars. Think about the top level. Think about the big boys. They're not taking anything other than, they're not even taking yes, just keep quiet.
Yeah,
Do it.
exactly.
Do it.
Well, what was she doing there though? In his hotel room after he performed.
I've heard like loads of women have complained about him, or not complained, but
Yeah,
loads of women have been like,
yeah.
I've heard loads,
that,
and I'm not really surprised to be fair, because he's YouTube stars.
When
like,
you've got a certain amount of money, you're a bad man. It's simple
Bro,
as that.
Mason
You do
Greenwood.
what you
Mason
want.
Greenwood.
I don't know who that is.
Mason
Oh, is that
Greenwood,
footballer?
yeah, the footballer. Mason Greenwood, the footballer. His girlfriend released videos. It's a very famous story. His girlfriend released videos. He beats her up, and he would literally be like, "Yeah, open your legs, fucking shut up!" Like they released an audio clip. It's his voice
I
on
heard
there.
it, I heard it,
He
I
got
heard
caught
it.
dead to rights.
Yeah.
And then obviously Man United was like, "Yeah, nah, you basically can't play here anymore." Deals with a whole
So did they
18-month
release
saga.
him?
Yeah, released him. He's in France playing football now. Because obviously he got released. Bro, the girl's still with him, Had his baby, everything.
course
Had
he
his baby, everything. And we know this because we know her dad was like, you think I'm giving back that Mercedes that you bought me? Is that what you think? You better, whatever story you put out,
So you
whatever
better-
video you
you
release,
better go back
take it
in
back.
there.
Take it back. Literally. He said, mate, you're my son. This girl, don't worry about her. Bro, listen, at the end of the
We're
day,
getting off topic.
we're way off topic,
Yeah,
but
topic. Is it my
such is
turn?
life. Yeah, go on.
Tyler James is an idiot. I'd go as far as to say he killed Amy Winehouse. He said that he specifically begged Amy to get back into music for months. He knew how good she was. She was dependent on drugs from the age of 13. What did he think the stressful life of fame was going to do with her? Did he not care? Was the need for her music to be heard more important than what was best for her? Is it stupid? It's stupid to trust her into that life, is it not? The rock and roll.
I think it was. I don't know if it was stupid. I think it was unwise. Which the distinction that I make between stupid and unwise is he didn't know enough, as opposed to him being
Who doesn't
dumb.
know that rock and roll gets you killed?
Well, when you're young, you don't really know these kinds of things.
She
So,
was
for
already on
example, I'll
drugs.
give you an example, right? When I was younger, or when we was younger, I should say, there was a person called Ozzy Osbourne. And obviously, you would know who that is.
I
Sharon
don't
Osbourne.
know much about him, but I know he's on drugs.
We know for
He
a
looks like he's on
fact,
drugs. Rock and roll.
100%.
He does this sort of stuff.
Do you know what I mean? We don't really know what that is, but I know Satan has something to do with it.
That's what he does.
Satan has
and he's
something to
fucking
do
doing
with it.
drugs.
Like, if someone did this, like in the house, they're cancelled,
Drugs,
basically.
yeah.
Like, we know. Like,
coke.
don't follow this person. But it's kind of rock and roll culture. Like, groups of people have culture, right? And rock and roll culture has always been, like, the
Drugs.
pills as well. Not even necessarily just, it ain't weed, because we know it's not weed.
What do they say? Drugs, sex, and rock and roll.
Drug, sex, rock and roll. Literally.
order.
It's in that order. Like, it's like lights, camera, action. Literally, drug, sex, rock and roll. I don't know if you know that when they were young, though. I don't remember how young they were.
13.
When was that? You don't know shit, 13.
Yeah.
You don't know shit. Legit, you don't know shit. Tyler says, Amy wasn't ambitious. She would have sat in her room playing guitar and smoking weed for the rest of her life. Same. Most people don't want to be rich or famous. Forget the guitar part, though. Most people don't want to be rich or famous. Most people want enough money to get drunk every Friday or Saturday at the club or smoke weed every Sunday morning. Most people can't be bothered to put the work in. You don't want to get up to train at 5 a.m. to be a footballer. You don't want to read a book every week and do a video review about it. It's long. A lot of famous people are famous because other people wanted them to be. So,
Really?
I heard a somewhat successful figure say this, right? He said, the reason why most of you will never be rich is, one, because you let opportunity pass you by. And like, he said that. I didn't say that.
I didn't know that.
He said, you let opportunity pass you by and you don't reply. And he said, second reason, you don't take action is a better way to put it. And he said, the second reason you'll never be rich is because you don't want to be, which is the best thing I've ever... It's one of the best things I've ever heard anybody say, because he literally said, you want to wake up tomorrow morning and have $2 million in your bank account. That's what you want. He said, you don't want to like do what Jeff Bezos did or Elon Musk did. These men to launch businesses in their garage. They had to come home after work. Bear in mind, they still have to go to work. They still have to go to school. Come home and do it for no money, you know. Deliver stuff for no money. Make whatever for no money. Read books, review them for no money. Like, you have to come home and divert your time to do this. Like, you could be watching Netflix, you could be beating your dick, you could be out meeting girls, you could be doing any number of things that you actually like doing. And instead, you come home, you know, you try and launch a business. Exactly. Nobody actually wants to do that. Very few start businesses actually succeed. The odds are against you, everything's against you.
Exactly.
People don't actually want to be rich, you know? They want enough money to smoke weed on a Sunday morning and get drunk on a Saturday night. And that's what they want. So I thought that's like the realest thing anyone has pretty much said to me, to be honest.
There's a lot of things that you said has resonated with me.
Of course, but who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Who he is going to prevent a lot of people from hearing the message.
People will literally sit there and dream about the times where they win the lottery and become rich.
Do you know what they was talking about that at work? They was talking about at work. Apparently, there's someone in Digger D. Apparently, Digger D said he gave 100k to his girl and said, yeah, flip it. And they was like, at work, they was like, oh, how would you flip 100k? And I was like, why are we talking about this?
Because, well, look, so that is what you said is a very valid question. But what I do like to hear, or I do like to explore that question, because it highlights the fact that we aren't rich because we're not poor because we how do I say this? So we don't have money because we don't know how to use money. Right. So even if a rich man come to you and say, you know what, here's 100k, flip it. Yeah. We still don't know what to do with it. Yeah. So it's not a case of we don't have money because we're poor. It's we use it incorrectly. We use it unwisely. We haven't got a fucking clue how to do it.
But that's what you heard of Molly May. Molly May was apparently some famous person. I don't even really know what she's famous
Tommy
for.
Fury's woman.
Is that who she is?
She was.
Okay. So that's who she is, right? But what I do know is she was trending, and this is a couple of years ago, I believe, because she literally said, this is maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I believe, and what she said was, the message basically was, poor is a state of mind, it's not a financial situation. Like, if you have no money, you're broke, you're not necessarily poor. If you're poor, it's because that's who you are. Like, I have 24 hours in a day, you have 24 hours in a day, I have money, you don't. It's not because I have more time than you, it's because I use my time differently. And loads of people were saying, but circumstances, and I think there's a valid things to bring up, but at the end of the day, I do believe the core message that she has is because if you finish your 9-to-5 job, you don't have enough money, you come home and you watch Netflix, you don't want more money, you want to watch Netflix. Do you know what I mean? You're paying. Like, I cancelled my Netflix. I've saved $17.99 a month. $17.99.
You know, I cancelled about a year and a half ago.
Oh my god, £17.
You know, I cancelled a year and a half ago.
What?
Apple Music.
No, that's a scam. I'm sorry. Just download it for free like everybody else.
Download? You can't download it.
Download it for free. Yeah, no, not anymore.
They don't even let you do it.
Oh, you can't download shit on this. Yeah, exactly. You mad? You can download screenshots of Safari maybe, but yeah, nah. Apple Music, Spotify. I was paying for Spotify, you know. Yeah. I was paying to remove the ads. Can you imagine? I listen to the ads now. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Yeah, I've taught myself to love it.
Amy gets her first deal for £240,000. You lucky bitch.
Graceful shillings.
It must be nice to be born with some special talent. That means you ain't got to work a day in your life. And then she gets another 250k.
Yeah, see, that's nice.
Straight away. Can
She
you imagine?
already just had more money dropped in her lap.
Can you imagine 200k just in your account? Just
What are
bang,
you doing?
bang.
Literally, you're just looking at them zeros.
Like, you can go on holiday, you can go buy a car, you can do whatever you want. I ain't got to talk to
Like,
you.
genuinely.
Sorry?
That's genuine freedom.
Yeah.
Genuine freedom. Like, you don't have to go to work tomorrow. We both have to go to work tomorrow.
Can you imagine
don't
just
have
not having to do anything? It's
Like,
just
I would call my manager and be like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not going to work
you
tomorrow.
know what? Suck my dick. Maybe.
Yeah,
someday.
literally. Maybe I'll turn up. Do you know what? Tell you what, 10k, suck my dick. There you go. 20k. You know that movie, Would You Rather? When he was like that vegetarian, he said, yeah, eat this steak. And she was like, well, I can't. He said, yes, you can. You won't, but you will. And then he said, 10k. 20k, just start putting more money on the table. Would you rather? Well, you literally watched it. So there was a vegetarian and this guy, this really rich guy, he literally said, I refuse to accept that you do not have a price. So he said, if you ate all this steak on your plate, I will give you $5,000. And she needed money for her little brother's operation or whatever.
I introduced you to that film.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did. Exactly. And then she was like, well, I can't do it. And he said, yes, you can. You just won't. And he said, $10,000. And then everyone around the table was like, yeah, take the money. It's $10,000. And then
steak? I do it for
she
free.
ate the steak. Oh my God, I'd pay you. I do. So
like
she
it?
ate the steak. She ate the steak or whatever. And she washed it down with wine or whatever. And then he was just laughing. He literally just said a lifetime of discipline wiped away by mere $10,000. Chuckling, you know. I said, do you know how much that actually hurt? Because he's rich. He's like 10,000. Like, bro, I didn't even notice that. Like, what the hell? I had that in my pocket. Like, what? He said it's more money than you've ever seen in your life. I had it in my pocket. So it is what it is. But, nah, it's a different level. How did we even end up talking about this?
I don't know. It's you.
Yeah, Amy Winehouse, 250k. That's more money than most people are going to see in their life.
Disgraceful shillings.
Drops it, disgraceful shillings. If you ever use my phrase again, I'll kill you. One thing that fame, or even relative fame, teaches people is how common cocaine is. When I was little, I pretty much put all hard drugs, so cocaine, crack, heroin, on the same level. But as soon as people get a little bit of money, cocaine seems to be the drug of choice. I worked in a club once, and while I was cleaning the bathrooms for empty glasses, a guy asked me if I knew anywhere that I could get some. I've even seen colleagues doing cocaine on the job. So it baffled
Off
me.
your tits.
Huh?
What?
No, it wasn't off the tits. It's on the job,
off
but it
your
wasn't
tits.
off the tits. Listen, if they asked,
Have you seen that fucking video from 1818 that I showed you?
I don't know.
Where Chris was like, he done a brunch comedy show. And he said them women that do brunches in a week, they're all rich and they're all drunk. And they come in drunk. He said he went to the toilet with one of them. And she took out some cocaine and did it off his dick.
Oh yeah, I see that. He killed him in the end, didn't it? He killed him. He
And then
killed
Kane
him.
was like,
Yeah, he killed him.
Kane was like, so she only got a quarter
Yeah,
line.
he killed him. He killed him. He killed him. And he stole the whole show.
You know,
He stole the whole show. He stole the whole show. He was like, you know, this is my story.
I said, so she only got a quarter line.
Damn. You know, this is my story. And like, you've actually stole the whole show.
No.
But yeah, no, cocaine is super, because like, where I live in London,
Experience. Go on. Tread carefully.
It's not a black
I
people
will
drug.
snitch
It's not a
on
black
you to
people
my
drug.
father.
It's not it's not a black people drug. It's not a black person drug. But where I live and where I work, cocaine is soup. Like if I'm out on a Friday night, Saturday night, obviously I work in clubs.
They do it off the toilet, you know.
Bro, they do it anywhere. Off their keys, everything.
Yeah,
Everything. Like
use anything to chop it off in there.
straight away. Like you'll just see this and then like, bro, you know it's done. And like,
But not everybody likes it, you know. I know a girl that's tried it and she's like, oh, it just makes your nose feel funny and whatnot. Which is
Yeah,
actually-
100%.
Which is actually quite, not sobering, but good. Because, I mean, I don't want to try it because I don't want to like it.
yeah, definitely. That's my biggest fear.
I might like it.
Also, my biggest fear is that it's against the law, and I would never do that to my law abiding
But yeah,
citizen. My
I
second biggest
genuinely
fear.
don't want to like it. It's 50 quid a pop. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, it's big money, you know.
what I mean? You know weed.
Big
you
money.
know weed. You can get 20.
Like,
you get
come on.
8 ball, you know.
Do you know what I
20
mean?
quid.
You can get like
that
a little
can
bit
last
of-
you 3, 4, 5,
Mix it with
6,
tobacco or whatever, if
You know
you're
what I mean?
lightweight.
50 quid a pop.
Oh my
Fuck
god,
off.
I'm broke already. Where do you think I'm gonna get 50 quid
50
from?
quid a pop.
And we're talking about like that might be every weekend. I might love it.
Might be every fucking day.
Do you know what I mean? I really don't know, but yeah, I've seen people like just in the toilets, just randomly I saw a guy do cocaine off his steering wheel one time. His steering wheel. I was unfortunate enough to be in the car. I said I need to leave this car immediately. This guy as he turned around the corner, you know, I said, "This is insane. I've not seen anything like this before. Like, I've
Man
seen
went back.
I've seen.
again.
Do you know what I mean? I've seen a guy blow smoke rings with the weed. That wasn't as crazy as a guy doing it off the stick. I said, "What? How did you get it on the stick? Why would you do
He
this?"
said the coke's taking me home.
You know what the funny thing is? He was actually a good driver. Like, he didn't actually do anything dangerous. But it's like, it just goes to show.
Let me go. I still got like loads, you know.
Bro, we've been waffling. That's
Yeah,
why we've actually been
I got
waffling. Do you know
loads
what? When we
today.
have libations with the videos, we start waffling. Let's get through it. Let's get
me
through
go,
it.
let
Do
me
your
go,
thing
let
and
me
I'll do my thing in it.
Tyler explained how the pressure of him and Amy having to be perfect all the time made Amy very depressed. She developed an eating disorder which consisted of a diet of 1 OXO cube dissolved in water and 1 Haribo when she wanted something sweet. Amy Winehouse said, "When you are dolled up for 90% of the time, looking perfect, you get used to seeing yourself like that. So for that 10% where you take off all that makeup, you look at yourself with disgust. But unfortunately, that is the real you. And that spirals you into more depression. And you drink even more." So that's interesting. So what does that do to the normal everyday girls who wear makeup every day? Is this why we have a pandemic of depression? Is makeup playing a part? You know?
I think it must be. It must be because,
It has to be.
like, you know, remember what we was talking about when we talked about screen time? And we talked about screen time, the difference between screen time, men and women. Like, what kind of apps are men using? What kind of apps are women using?
Yeah.
And what are people focusing
Men are
on?
doing the gaming, women are doing
Men,
the fucking
men are doing
social
gaming.
media.
Men are entertaining themselves basically with mindless
escaping
bullshit.
with porn.
Exactly.
Whereas women are
Exactly.
escaping with their lucky
Social media.
social
You know,
currency.
things that are they're spending their social currency exactly. So, and everyone really knows this, but people don't really talk about it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
women know that their appearance is their currency. Obviously, they spend it. This is why they walk around half naked. We don't. For example, men don't, and people
I mean,
think
you
that's
get exactly.
exactly because they know that, you know, they get attention off certain things. This is why women like to have boy best friends, because they want a boyfriend they don't really have to commit anything to. They like the attention and they feed off of it. It's social media, Instagram, things like this. We haven't lived long enough with these apps to know. We haven't lived long enough with these apps to know what the long-term damaging effects can be. But I think we have a good idea.
One for you.
We have a good idea. I said one for you, one for me. I think we have a good idea that these apps cause like.
It's not good, but we don't really know. Well, if we read the #1 book, which is the Anxious Generation.
Oh, it's the Anxious Generation now, is it? I thought it was How Emotions Are Made by Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett.
Well,
I thought that's what you
where
said.
You fucked up.
Man said you thought.
You thought wrong.
No, you thought like whatsoever. But
Let me go.
yeah, no, go on. Let me go. I don't want to say go on. Wait, didn't you just go?
I'm starting to think that this Tyler guy is just vain. He's been a shadow of Amy Winehouse forever, and he's using this book to get his name known. I thought this book was about Amy, but clearly it's more about his story. He recounts the story of when he got violently beaten. He thought it was just a mugging,
fucked up.
but 6 boys just kicked the shit out of him. He then got arrested a few months later, and the police kicked the shit out of him too, for no reason.
That's actually peak. Imagine you call the police.
I didn't know that type of stuff.
Like,
I didn't know that type of
say
stuff
less.
happened. I mean, if you swing for one of them, I understand, but he says that they beat him up for no reason.
So what? 2 groups of people beat you up for no reason. Like, I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, arse whoopers don't drop out of the sky. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like a comedian.
Yeah, some people need them.
Bro, some people very close by need them. But there's a comedian that I rate very highly called Bill Burr, and
Oh yeah, I think he's very good.
he's very good.
I
And
think he's talented. Yeah,
he's
yeah.
extremely talented, and he's extremely real as well, which is why I like him.
He's
but
extremely what?
he's real, like he's he's real, like he's unfiltered.
I would
like
love to have a conversation.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
he's one of the comedians that you can talk to and he'll make you laugh.
Breaking
But
Bad. Have
he
you
doesn't
watched Breaking Bad?
I haven't watched Breaking Bad. He's been in stuff, but he's the kind of person that you can talk to and he'll make you laugh through things that he says. He doesn't tell jokes. He's a funny person.
Yeah.
So this is why I like him. But
exactly.
what he basically said was, he said he saw a woman say, "There is no reason to hit a woman." That's what he saw a woman say. And he said,
None.
"Listen," he said, "I'm not saying you should do it, but he said to say there's no reason." He said it's kind of crazy. He literally said like, these men that come home from work or whatever, they work like 40, 50, 60 hours a week or whatever. They come home
And it's not done.
And they hit their like, do you know what I mean? He literally like chicken casserole for the 3rd time this week or whatever. Like they hit their wives. He said, "I'm not saying you should do it, but it's like
You can't say this, no.
ass whoopings do not drop out. You don't wake up violent for no reason at all, unless you're like seriously ill." But this guy, Tyler James. Like, what did you do, bro? Because like you got beat up by 2 different groups of people. So you called the police after you got beat up, and they beat you up as well. I personally think it was homophobia because he said he was wearing a very nice sweater or a very nice cardigan or whatever. And where I'm from, if men are wearing cardigans, we know what you are.
Huh?
If men are wearing cardigans, we know what you are.
So what's this?
Not a cardigan, big man.
It's not far off though, is it?
Cardigans have buttons.
No, cardigans are more loosely knitted. Cardigans are knitted.
Prove it.
That looks like it's knitted.
Like your knee. What is it about McDonald's that makes people feel as though they need it rather than want it as soon as they've had a few drinks? I want a McDonald's right now. Tyler says, I needed a McDonald's, indoctrination.
Cheesy balls. You didn't say no.
Tyler says, I needed a McDonald's, so I went down to Leicester Square and it was closed. Just missed it. I was fuming, started shaking the doors, being silly, shouting, please, can I have a cheeseburger? As somebody who's worked in McDonald's during night hours, whenever there's somebody outside after closing shouting for cheeseburgers or nuggets, we look down our nose at them like, you disgrace, go home to your children. Exactly. That's how we look at them. Like, at the end of the day, and here's the funniest thing.
You just shake your head.
We shake our head because, first of all,
the grill's cleaned.
Bro, first of all, even if the grill was dirty, like, I've been here for 8 hours. I really don't give a fuck about you because you're having a better time than me. Even though the fact that you really wanted a McDonald's you didn't get, you're still having a better time than me because I've been here for 8 hours. I've been working. So that, and on top of that, if you know McDonald's closes at 12 and you're not here before 12, that is on you. Like, you're the one that decided to stay late at the club. You're the one that decided not to be here on time. If I could be on time here for work, like, I'm at McDonald's, it's 11 o'clock or whatever, or it's 10:30, 10:35, and somebody's like, oh, have I missed breakfast? Yes. Like, your parents will not make you pancakes at 11 o'clock in the morning. What makes you think I'm going to do? I'm not going to just randomly go out my way for you. If you bribe me, then that's one thing. And I have actually been bribed working at McDonald's as well. Like,
make breakfast when it's lunch.
No, what happened was, it's the dumbest thing ever. That would have been way smarter than what this woman did. Basically, what this woman did, I came in, this is Kensington. I came in early because Camilla called me in early. And I was there at 4 in the morning. And, it was jam. And, like, no food was coming out. When just no food is coming out. And then some woman called me and she said, oh, can we have our food quickly, please? And like she shook my hand or whatever. I was like, why is she shaking my hand? And I felt some paper on my hand. I looked at it, £50 note.
50?
£50 note. She was clearly drunk. £50 note. Straight away. Put that in my hand straight away. She got her food, the fastest food she's ever seen in her life. But at least this is good business.
I'd get some sausage, mate.
Legit. Literally, yeah, 100%. But
Tyler James explains his first experience at Glastonbury with Amy Winehouse, how he immediately got shit-faced, lost everybody he went with, and took more drugs than he ever had. Stumbling around for 3 whole days, completely lost.
Joker.
Covered in muck and lost his belongings. After the 3rd day, he managed to reunite with Amy and then passed out in the car and then woke up at home. He then said that was the best week of his entire life. As a drug addict that is completely dependent on pills, who has done every drug under the sun, is that the message he wants to promote, even if it is true, which I highly doubt? Glorifying drugs and indoctrination is not a good idea. So,
I don't think it's a good thing for people to hear. I think maybe he's being honest, maybe he isn't. But I don't think the question is he being honest? I think the question is this a good thing for people to hear? It definitely.
But that's what I'm answering.
It definitely isn't.
It's not. Even if he is being honest, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter if he's
My man said, it's just the best time of my...
People are going to hear that and be like, I want the best week of my life. And like, now you see the problem, of course. Like, it's very apparent. Crack is this year's energy right now. Tyler James's colourful description of the effects of crack. Crack is a free-base form of cocaine. Essentially what they do, they mix powder cocaine with water and baking soda and they heat it up. The resulting chemical reaction creates an oil that when dried, produces rocks that we, not me, call crack. They said crack hits within 10 seconds And it's so addictive that you can be hooked for life on one use. That's insane. The question here is, Elijah, how much money would you have to be offered to take one hit of crack?
What?
You have to breathe. You have to breathe in as well. You have to one hit of crack. How much money you have to be offered? It has to be a silly. It has to be an amount that's so silly to turn down. Like it would be bad of you to turn it down. Like for your family.
So let's think about the lowest amount of money and you'd have to take. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for less than $1 million, and $1 million isn't even enough.
It's not enough. It's really
£1 million.
not enough.
Someone said, "Hey, listen, you take a bit of crack,
Bro, your life's done. Your life's done.
$1 million.
You see that man out in Brixton High Street? That's you now. So your life's done. $1 million. You have to leave something for your ancestors because that's who's going to be spending.
You know, it's alcohol, and it's funny because it's actually quite touching. No, I wouldn't say it's touching, but yeah, Amy Winehouse, you know, she tried all the drugs, and the one that killed her was alcohol.
Yeah.
And when me drinking alcohol, I realised I could never quit alcohol. I couldn't quit alcohol.
So how much worse would crack be? Oh my God.
Well,
yeah, we couldn't. So there's no amount of money. There's no amount of money. Based on what you just said, there cannot be an amount of money.
Well, she gave up all the other drugs, just not the alcohol. So maybe alcohol is a...
Maybe, but like different, like he said, that girl that said that she didn't even like cocaine. It's different. People are different. Like if you're, sounds strange to say maybe she was lucky in the sense that she didn't get addicted to crack, even though she still died from alcohol poisoning. But maybe she leaned more on alcohol because she couldn't have crack and because she was depriving herself of some of these other hard drugs. Me personally, alcohol is expensive enough. It's an expensive addiction. Crack would be... So where do you get crack from?
£1 million is enough.
No, but where are you getting crack from?
$1 million is enough.
For one hit of crack?
$1 million is enough.
That is the difference between my life and my life done.
Do you think it'd be really fucking good?
I think it would be incredible. I think it'd be incredible.
You see Wolf of Wall Street?
Wolf of Wall Street. He said, I want to run with lions and tigers and bears. I said, what the fuck?
He was like...
Bro, he breathed. The way this guy breathed out, I said, yeah, nah, I'm scared. I'm scared. He said, I want to run. I want to run with lions and tigers and bears. I said, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What can make someone say that?
All right, I'm not going to lie, I've got too many notes. So I think we should do 2 more and done. Because it's just 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to go forever. We're going to go forever.
I'm going to go towards the end. Are you going to go or what?
Oh, right. I thought you were going. I was waiting for you to go. What does it mean to be a good friend? Suppose you have a friend that you love dearly and that dearly beloved friend dearly loves drugs. Hard drugs. Cocaine, ketamine, MDMA, crack, heroin, all the happy pills. All the sweeties. What does it mean to be a good friend in this instance? Should you turn a blind eye and let your friend have their fun and do what they love? Should you snitch on them to the police or to their friends and family? Should you threaten to leave them if they don't clean themselves up? Whatever you're meant to do, nobody did it here. I kept hearing, I'm taking care of her, I'm taking care of her. And Amy Winehouse got worse and worse and worse, graduating to stronger and stronger drugs, eating disorders and self-harming. And Tyler was high and drunk the whole way through it. So a lot of the way through this biography, Tyler James was like, yeah, I'm taking care of her, etc., etc. I care about Amy. And a lot of the time, he framed himself and he portrayed himself as the only one that cared about Amy as well. And for most of this book, he was high and drunk, for most of it. And Amy Winehouse got worse progressively from beginning to end until she was dead. Yeah. And he was high and drunk for most of the book. And that's the facts. That's not indoctrination. That's not opinions. That's not, dogma. It's the facts. She got worse from beginning to end. She died at the end. He was high and drunk and higher and drunker as the book went on. So it really goes down to, was this guy a good friend? Was he actually a good friend?
He done his best, I believe.
I think he did what he thought was his best.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think her fans are just as responsible for her drug addiction as her drug dealer? Because everybody knew she was an addict. They knew that buying her songs and giving her millions of pounds was going straight up her arms. She literally sang, trying to make me go to rehab, and I'm saying no, no, no. People were singing that, cheering. It's quite disgusting, isn't it? Appalling. So is some of the responsibility on the consumers?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think
But you like that song too.
Oh, I love it. And I'll tell you what as well. I'm not incapable of accepting accountability for stuff. And I'll tell you this, right? Drug dealer, he gives you drugs that he knows are not going to be good for you, and he takes money in exchange. So there's an exchange going on there, right? So he gets something, you get something, and obviously you're making your decisions. So he knows if I don't sell you these drugs, you're going to buy it from someone else. So I'd rather have the money. At the end of the day, if you want drugs, you're going to get drugs. That's how it works. Yeah. So the people, the masses, their drug for them is their entertainment. They get to no, and they get to enjoy themselves and at your expense, essentially. And they know if I don't go to the concert, 50,000 people are going to the concert. She's going to perform regardless. Yeah. So it is the exact same thing. You're doing exchange for exchange. Yeah. You know what you're a part of. You're doing it anyway. So I definitely think a degree of responsibility definitely belongs on the people that supported her for that thing. I don't even know when Rehab was released. I was probably really young, but it's the kind of thing we know. We know what we're doing, and I always say a good rule of thumb for life is be wary of anything that anyone tells you that removes you of accountability, because that's quite dangerous. Like somebody says, oh, it's not your fault that this woman killed herself, even though, you provided her with the tools to do it, and, you pushed her to do it, and you made her successful and listened to all her songs about killing herself and, tweeted about them and sang her lyrics or whatever. Like, you did everything possible to push this woman towards this goal. Maybe you didn't want her to, if someone asked you, do you want Amy Winehouse, to commit suicide or whatever, you would have said no. Yeah, but obviously your words and your actions are two different things.
Exactly.
So I think when you want something, your actions show what you want. So if you listen to her music, maybe at the end of the day, you just didn't care at the end of the day. Amy Winehouse didn't really care about you. She didn't know you. So should you even really, it is what it is. It is what it is. She's an artist. She was going to perform either way. I think it's very easy for people to excuse themselves from accountability.
I'm going to say my last point.
Yeah,
there's just too many. I know this is nothing new, but it still blows my mind how ungrateful humans are. No matter what we get, we are always unhappy. We always want what we haven't got. Tyler said, sneaking Amy into Tesco's late at night without paparazzi realising is Amy said it was the best feeling in the world because she just wanted to be normal.
Yeah.
It was a better feeling than any holiday, any private jet, any amount of money. Just go to Tesco.
That's insane. Because I could go to Tesco right fucking now.
So is she crazy or are we ungrateful? She would not appreciate the fact that we get to go to Tesco's whenever we want.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think number one point to make about that is the grass is always greener on the other side for humans. Like, what you don't have is always what you think is going to be the best thing ever. Number two is, yes, humans are ungrateful every single day of our life. So it goes back to what you said.
Drives our success.
Exactly. If we didn't have ambition, if we didn't have dissatisfaction, we wouldn't have all that we have. Yeah. So it goes back to what you said. Like, if you have running water, you have food, you have a roof over your head, you have heating, you have clothes, and woman, 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, your life is not that bad. However bad you feel about it, however, whatever trials and tribulations you're going through, there is 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 people that would swap with you in a heartbeat. They pay money.
Especially you got a dildo in your cupboard.
There's millions of people that would swap places with you. So I think on that. Humans are always even if they didn't want to, even if that was like a condition of it, that you got to choke on this dildo first, they'd still be like, I'm in a cobalt mine.
You would be like, I can't choke though.
I would literally be like, you don't have to. That's not a condition. I insist on it.
I need to piss so bad.
Yeah, I personally think humans are always going to be ungrateful. That's just our nature. It's our nature. It's not our nature to be satisfied.
We didn't know what we were doing before. What the
Bro, if you see my nose, it's insane. It's just like, I've left so many out because I'm like, what is this?
It's forever.
It's ours.
It's going to go forever.
Let me do my last one and then we'll wrap up. I rewatched Amy Winehouse perform in Belgrade, Serbia in 2011. So I went back and rewatched the video, and it was as bad as described in the book. Terrible. She had 0 stage presence. Her eyes weren't focused. She was stumbling to and away from the microphone. How did they let her perform in that condition? That's terrible.
The tickets were sold.
Oh my god, it
tickets
was
were sold.
insane. They couldn't splash some water on her face, drink her some coffee.
I think they probably did.
Oh, they might. If they did, that's even worse. 'Cause what did she look like before?
Drunks.
She was
Drugs.
drugs. She was drugs at that point.
If you tasted a bit of her blood, you'd get
Oh
high.
my god, mosquitoes would have tasted her blood from the what's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was insane, and it was
Yeah.
actually extremely. It was morose, and it
Well,
was.
what
It was
I will
depressing.
say is that book was well worth reading.
Well
It
worth
was,
the read.
if you want to feel something, that's the book you want to read.
We should have released this video when the movie came out, innit? About our life.
And on that note,
On that note,
it's time to go
it's time to go.
and pour a drink and cook some food. But yeah, it's been
Pour
great.
my moon
Thank you for
101.
listening. Till next time.
Till next time.
Wait, do we have a quote?
Well done. Oh, dead. I was supposed to do that as well. I fumbled again.
There we go.
Go on.
Quote of the day. Don't count the days. Make the days count.
Lame.
Was it? Is it?
Lame. I personally think it was lame. I think I've got one as well.
Go on. Because it's quote battle. Go on.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna win.
Go on.
But
It's quote battle. I need to piss, mate. Hurry up.
hold on 1 second.
Too late.
Quote of the day. The best view comes after the hardest climb.
Doggy.
On that note, till next time. Elijah's gotta go pee.
It's too late. It's too late.
He's gonna blow.